Muy buenas, mis compañeros Inklings, ¿cómo están? Bueno, pues lo prometido es deuda. Sí, ya estoy, sí mismo se está publicando el video de el viernes pasado, pero lo volví el miércoles. Y realmente no tengo mucho tiempo, la verdad, para hacer tantos videos. Dentro de lo que cabe tantos, ya que yo realmente me gusta hacer videos siempre y cuando se puedan hacer. Así que, por favor, ténganme paciencia. Los suscriptores que se van y o vienen, realmente no tengo decisión ninguna de que o obligarlos más bien a que se queden suscritos al canal, más bien son decisiones de ellos, así que si me quieren apoyar o no, pues no hay problema. Como quiera puedo intentar crecer de mil formas, pero sería más conveniente como yo le hago, que yo me suscribo a varios canales. La verdad no sé cuántos estoy suscrito, creo que estoy suscrito a 1000. Y la verdad trato de ver más lo que me gusta, pero siempre trato de apoyar a los que me suscribo, aunque sean pequeños o muy grandes. Pero realmente no tengo la última palabra que decirles a los que se suscriben a mi canal. Es decisión de ellos, así que los voy a dejar. Así que chicos, hoy, bueno, sería para ustedes viernes, pero para mí hoy vamos a continuar la historia de Sound of Her Love, de la historia de Carol más bien, nuestra historia, yo le llamaría, pero eso ya como les dije en el primer video de Sound of Her Love, vamos a hacer primero el final bueno. Ya vi cuál es el final neutro, o sea, ya no sé qué es el final neutro, pero bueno. Luego creo que vamos a ver si ese, el neutro, y luego el final malo. Así que chicos, vamos a continuar. Obviamente la historia, como les dije, no la voy a estar traduciendo yo, la voy a seguir hablando en inglés. Tal vez mi nivel de inglés sea una miércoles, o como les gustaría a ustedes decir, una mierda es mi nivel de inglés. La verdad, no lo practico a diario, me gustaría, la verdad, pero no sé de qué forma. Pero bueno chicos, me estoy alejando mucho del tema, así que vamos a comenzar, vamos a continuar la historia que la dejé el 7 de octubre a la 1 de la mañana. Ahorita son las 12:17. Así que continuemos con la historia de Sound of Her Love. How we go get some lunch then? We can't keep standing around here. I slip the book into my bag carefully and invite Carrie to join me for lunch.
Sure. I'd love to.
Carrie slightly yachts as we both ahead down the corridor toward the cafeteria, as I spent my second lunch break of the week with her. No doubt I can't get off to this truth I feel as I have if I already am. Si se escucha de fondo que está lloviendo es porque sí. Prácticamente está, o sea, de que no iba a llover. Espero que no me empiece a gotear algo. Pero bueno, vamos a terminar. Tercer mundista, ya sabemos. Noise resonates through the walls of my room as I hear my sister blasting some foreign pop music, all while speaking to her friend on my phone. I will go in there and tell her to quiet down, but I'm too lazy to do so. After enjoying a nice lunch break with Carrie, despite neither of us really saying anything, the remaining plays were rather dull and understanding. The only thing that really kept me going was the truth of Carrie has that sound. Pardon. I look to the right. Beside me sits the book Carrie had given me early. Reading now will give me something to do. but I don't think I could make it that far into it. It's quite late, and I still have some work left to do. Truth, I'm amazed of Carrie's flattered face as she presented it to me. I really meant a lot to her. Giving it a read cold hard, call it. The book is fairly thin. Truth, it still take me until tomorrow night at the earliest to finish it. That's if I can read it fast enough. Truth, if Carrie asks me, truth, if Carrie asks me about it tomorrow, I at least I'll have something to talk to her about. Grasping the book, I opened the cover and began reading it page by page. The theme of it is quite apparent, even before the end of the first chapter. It's a love story. The book suits Carrie pretty well. It would have been weird if the book was a sci-fi novel or something absurd like a guide on dog grooming. Does she even have a dog? I won't know. Soon enough I find myself at the end of the second chapter. So far it's been fairly interesting. Definitely something different than what I was expecting from a love story. I should probably make a few mental notes of what I'd read so far, just to give us something to talk about. She doesn't really converse that much. I want to talk with her more. I set the book down beside me, where it now sat, my body twice as I slid out the space between the chair and my desk. For one, I should probably get to dinner early. The path to school has now become quite familiar, now that I have 2 weeks to remember it. A mild gust blows leaves across along the pavement, and I watch them get rules around the out direction. Just as I stand across the street, I feel a dainty I feel a dainty tap on my shoulder. Looks to my side, the person I'd even waiting to see the most recently stands before my eyes, sight to
Good
behold.
morning.
Carrie greets me, her lips curving up slits into a delicate smile. Good morning, Carrie. As the lights turn green, we both talk harmlessly across. It's not really a surprise for me to meet Carrie her. Here, sorry. I'm pretty sure she did share part of the walk to school with me. This is where I first met her, after all. So, how are you today, Carrie? I chose the question off to try and make conversation. I enjoy being with her, but getting her to speak up more would make the experience a lot better.
I'm good. Thank you. What about you?
I'm good as well. Carrie smiled at my answer. I was knowing that your friends are in good spirit is a happy truth. As I take optional, occasional glance to my side, I seem to notice Carrie shyly, looking in my direction from time to time as well. She turns her head whenever I spot her. Does she want to ask me something? Anything on your mind?
Ah,
It seems that I caught her off guard.
I wanted to know. Can I walk to school with you more often?
She wants to walk to school with me? That question seems pretty bold for her, but I obligate. Sure thing. Carrie smiles and nods her head cheerfully. I can't deny wanting to walk to school with her as well. I look at my watch to check my time. It's almost quarter to 8. Shall we meet where we meet today then? At 7:50, no, 7:35?
That's good with me.
So it's slim then for today onwards. I'll be meeting and walking with a girl on the way to school. It's not something I expected to happen, but I can't complain. In fact, in fact, I'm happy. We pass through the school gates and towards the main building, both of us stopping the pathways. I'll see you then. I'll see you later then, Carrie. Lunch, right?
Sure. Lunch it is.
I head down the path towards my class, with my plans for the day pretty much tailored. The lunch bell stops ringing just as I make my way out the classroom. Our teacher let us out early. I'm pretty sure she's as enthusiastic about the lesson as we are. I move through the corridor and unsurprisingly find no one waiting for me.
Hello.
Hey Carrie, shall we go? Shall we shall we get going to the cafeteria then?
Can we stop by the library first? I need to return a book.
She wants to go to the library? I'm not against it. I wasn't really that hungry anyway. Yeah, sure. Speaking of books, I started reading that book you gave me. I've really been digging it so
That's good.
far. Kirby smiles and thumbs her head in my direction.
Would you like to go to the library with me?
She sounds anxious, even more so than normal. I too figure already going to the library.
Not this one. The one in the city.
She wants to go to the city with me? Uh, Sure. I can't keep myself for stunned. Moments ago, Carrie had just invited me out to the city. That's quite a direct thing to be asking someone she's only been friends with for mere days. Carrie holds a deep blush on her cheeks, and I too can't keep myself from getting a bit tense.
Thank you.
We walk down the corridor in motion, only our footsteps audible as we keep a state of silence be- between us. Stepping through the door of my house, I am greeted by a sense of warmth, proud and proud in a physical and metaphorical sense. The hair is turned up pretty high, but my mother had seen me entering and greeted me. How was school, son? It was good, I guess. It wasn't just good. It I know for a fact that I was. Good. I particularly paged a date with Carrie, in a sense, though I don't think she sees it that way. Uh, I only know her for 2 days, so there is no point in getting excited about it. That's great to her. My mother wanders off and continues up the stairs to carry on with whatever it is she was doing. I take off my shoes and stroll into the lawn with a slump. One thing about school it's is that it sure is pretty tiring. Ahead of me sits my father lying back in his chair, reading a book. He lifts his head and turns toward me, giving, giving me a prodigious grin. Hello, my boy. Seems like you've had a pleasant day at school. Am I right? That smile on your face tells me everything, you know? No, though, he exploded my upbeat aura. It's not as if I was trying to hide it. You could say it had a nice day. Tell me then, son. I need to know. He sets his book down on the floor beside him and sits forward to engage himself in our conversation. Oh, it's nothing. I'm just going somewhere with a friend on the weekend. Say the weekend, but Karen never gave me a date as to when she wanted to go. I'll just have to ask her. A friend? What sort of friend? Is it a girl? Trained on to the girls as well. Always, I can say that in never considered the topic before. Carrie, of course, is a girl, a rather nice one too. True, I don't know whatever telling my father will be the most ingenious of ideas. He's just he'll just keep asking questions until he gets to see her. That's what I was expecting him to do. Anyway, oh, it's a girl. A girl? Well, congratulations, my boy. I was waiting for the day you will start dating girls. I'm not a date. It's just a take out. I'm not really sure what it is. She told me that she wants me to go the library with her, but surely she must be planning something more than that. It still counts, boy. I hope you make the most of it. His words only particularly make it into my head. He's always been like this. I take another look at him and realize he's reading a book. He is publisher after all, so I guess it's his job to check over the things present present to him. The print on the book's cover looks familiar. I notice the author names and list what the connection is. That's the same author as the same as what boy? The book carry gave to me. Going by the condition of the book she gave me, she must really like his work. That girl I'm meeting with on the weekend, she really likes the author's work. I don't really know the best way to put it, and I look things telling my father will really achieve anything. I should have kept it to myself. Why didn't you tell me, son? I'm good friend with this guy. He always makes me read his books before I sell them. I don't even like romance. Carry those maybe giving her a copy might be a good idea. She gave me a gift after all. Even if I only lend it, I may as well return the favor. Would it be okay if I lend a copy? Lend one? Just take the whole pile. I gave to He gave me too many copies of the damn thing. He then said I only take one from the top of the pile. My father always has a way to make things absurd. You think, boy, she'll enjoy that. It's always best to get off their good side. For one, I agree with him. Giving her a gift won't be a bad idea, you know? Muller the reason behind it. Alright, thanks Dad. Don't thank me. Thank the guy who thinks it's funny to deliver me a ton of books every 2 months. With that, I left the room and head toward the stairs, reflecting on what just happened. It was a pretty lucky thing to be able to get this book for Carrie. The chances of it happening were pretty slim, but my father being a publisher definitely helped in a way. I wonder if his company published the book Carrie gave me. I never actually checked it. I make my way to my room, planning to keep Carrie a call once inside. We really need to make arrangements for our trip. Nothing changed. It's still in the same messy state that it always has been in. I'm in the bedroom once again, and surely I'll be on the phone with Carrie for the second time this week. Just like everything else, my phone is where I left it. I pick it up. I pick it up and find Carrie in my contacts list and proceed with the call. The phone rings as I'll wait for her
Hello?
to pick up. Carrie answered the phone. As I expected her to. It would be weird if someone else did. I need to get to the point. We didn't come to an agreement as to when and where we're going to meet for our trip. All I know is that we're going to the library. Hey Carrie, how are you? I started with the conversation with her. Speaking to her is something I enjoy do. So when given a chance to embrace the opportunity, I'll simply take it.
I'm good. What about you?
I'm good too, especially since I get to speak to her. About our trip, we never made any plans, did we?
Oh! I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Really? Any particular day you were planning on going? I realized that I could have just asked her tomorrow. Maybe I just wanted to hear her voice for one more time today. It's a beautiful melody.
What about Saturday? Is that fine with you?
Yeah, Saturday is good. What time should
Could
we
you
meet?
meet me where we met on the way to school? At 10 a.m.?
Certainly. That's tense then. Carrie and I will meet this Saturday. Our Saturdays are usually free. We follow the prayers curriculum after all, which is good. Since we get to do
I'll
things like
lead
this.
you there. You just moved here, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate it. I will have followed her anyway. It was her idea to go. Plus, it's Carrie. Why won't I? Some muffled calls of Carrie's name are audible in the background as Carrie remains in silence. She must still be a bit frozen after I thanked her.
Sorry, I need to go to dinner. I don't think I'll be able to call you back.
I heard her whisper through the end of the line. I guess she's as upset as I am. I am having to end this call early and abruptly. Don't worry, Carrie. We'll be meeting on the way to school tomorrow.
That's
Yes?
right. I'll see you then. Bye.
Bye, Carrie. The line goes silent as Carrie hangs up. With that done, I guess I'll have to find something to do. Villalobos diner is ready. There we go. I need to go to diner too. Both my parents sit at the dinner table, but it seems as if my sister hasn't made her way down yet. That girl sure is classy. Doesn't she have any respect? It's dinner time. A wonderful family bonding session. Leave her alone. She's busy with schoolwork. Don't you want her to do well in her studies? I do. Yes, you're right, darling. The part chowed down on the tater sauce and mashed potatoes. I guess my mother cooked some traditional English food today. Villalobos, I heard you were having a good time on the phone. Who were you speaking to? It was probably that girl he was talking about earlier. I'm that right, son? You were dropping on me? I just heard a few things. That's all. That's all. Well, whatever you were saying, I'm glad you managed to take it to diner this time because it's a wonderful family bonding session. That's right, boy. I'm glad you finally married. Unlike someone in this house, she's still in schoolwork. Oh yeah, I forgot. How this guy managed to run a company I'll never know. I continue to eat my food as my parents start discussing topics which aren't of any interest to me. My sister eventually makes her way downstairs and sits beside me at the table. Banging our mash again? What's wrong with traditional English food? I didn't travel there just for the woman, you know? My mother laughed at my father's dance. Why can't we have curry? We have curry as often as we have this. I finish up the last of my meal and stand up in order to put my table in the skin. With that done, I guess I have the rest of the day to do whatever I like. After I finish my homework anyway, I head towards the stairs again to return back up to my room. Before I make it, my sister calls out to me. Villalobos, can you help me with some question later? I don't really want to. Sure thing. Voy a hacer una pequeña pausa sin corte, simplemente quiero ir a tomar agua porque me estoy resecando la garganta y me estoy mareando, así que permítame un momento. Perdón si tenía un poco de sed y ahorita se me aclaró un poco la garganta. Pero bueno, vamos a continuar con la parte de esta. Rays of light and the sound of chirping of birds enter my room. As I pull back my curtain, outside the weather isn't anything short of what I asked for. A beautiful day, something which I can surely enjoy. It's still fairly early, according to my brand new alarm clock sitting at the side of my desk. Getting up at this time will usually give me a sore feeling. However, today, however, today, I have something to motivate me. The truth of Carrie's skilled brain, caressing her beautiful rose pink tinted cheeks as she waits for me basking in the sunlight is wonderful. Lately, she had a lunar aura which I can I can't find myself receiving. I'll be meeting her at 10, but I need to have something to get ready and spruce myself up. She told me to keep the book today rather than the school. It's been a few days since it mentioned it. I assumed she would have wanted it as early as possible. Perhaps she just wanted to things to look forward to. No matter the reason behind it, my fingers tingle around it as I stare down at its cover. She may be excited to receive it, but I'm just as excited to give it to her. Footsteps echo out from behind me as the door to my room opens. I turn around to find my mother standing in the doorway. "You're up, Earth? Is there something special going on today?" "Yeah, I'm meeting someone in town." "Didn't Dad tell you?" "No, not that I can remember. If I did, then I didn't pay attention. You know how he gets." I would have thought she would have been pretty interesting to hear the details. Anyway, I just about finished breakfast. You can tell me more about it then. Oh, and wake your sister up to, oh, and wake your sister up too. I just went if there, but she probably went turning back to sleep. It's Saturday. Can't she just let her sleep in? Most of the school kinds in Japan will kill to have Saturday mornings free. We're just lucky since we go to the school which follows the curriculum of another country. Alright, I obligate anyway, just to get my mother out of my room. It's, uh, it'll, it'll still take me a few minutes to get ready. Even though it's only 8 o'clock, I still want to be set to get standing out of that door to see Carrie as soon as possible. After doing of my shoelace, I walk out into the hall and give a knock on my sister's bedroom door. "Get up!" Fine. The sounds of bedsheets being tossed about, along with moaning of agony and despair, reach through the crack beside my feet. She really isn't a morning person, and at least she's out for bed now. I head back down toward the end of the corridor and approach the descent to the ground floor. Time to have breakfast, something I rarely do on a Saturday. Toast. That's what I smell when sit down at the dining table. Ready to tuck in. It's not the most elegant of taste. The concept of cooked break is quite plain. You cannot compare it to traditional, fulfilling, traditional English breakfast, but a slice of toast is essentially fine every now and then. My sister soon joins me, scarping the chair across the hardwood floor next to me. She apathetically examines the toast before her, it in her mouth soon after, a move which bars her from enjoying the typical morning combination. So, Villalobos, who are you meeting then? It's that girl you were on about. It's that girl you were on about. He said it. You should really bring her home one of these days. Hell, I don't even know her name. Her name is Carrie Wen. Um, so I see. My father goes back to eating his toast. However, my mother continues to converse with me. I'm glad you're making more friends, Villalobos. As if she couldn't make me sound like any more of a loner. Oh yeah, son. Did you remember to pack that book I gave you? Of course I did. That's my boy. A quick glance at the clock on the wall tells me I'm approaching 9:45. I tough to think of. I don't have to leave this early since it's only a short walk away from my house. However, getting to see Carrie for just a little bit longer will probably do me some good. I bet she'll be there early too. I wave goodbye to my parents, both of whom continues to eat Irish breakfast and discuss trivial topics which don't necessarily concern me. A cool breeze meets my face as I open the door and step out into the world. Soon enough, in my sights I catch Carrot blown brains swaying softly in the wind, as she toils with her thumbs and waits for me. She hasn't noticed me approach yet, but she soon will. I don't think I'll be able to cover her eyes and surprise her. As I approach her, something weird is made me abundantly apparent. She is still wearing her school uniform, even though it's a Saturday. I have to admit, it does look good on her, but I was hoping to see her wearing something casual. Maybe I should ask her about it. She turns her head. She turns her head towards my direction, and finally takes notice of me, looking visibly startled, even though I'm still nowhere near her yet. My hand glides through the wind as I wave to her, slowly but surely making my way beside her. Hey, Carrie!
Hello?
How long have you been waiting for? I knew she would arrive before me, but I won't want her to have waited for too long.
Oh, not long.
That's good. She could just be saying that to make me less cornered, but I'll trust her on it.
Oh, not long. Shall we get going then?
Carrie takes the initiative, and I gave her a truthful response. Yes, I'd love to. Carrie blushed at my answer. I really do want to go on this trip with her. Wait, Carrie. I'm not really sure whether this is a good time to give it to her, but it's a honest to keep waiting. I really want her to have it. I have something to give you. Pulling the book out of my coat, I present it to Carrie in a similar fashion as when she presented hers to me. Maybe no, maybe not in such a passionate way as uh, as she did, but the passion is essentially there's meeting my fingertips. Carrie stands still, taken back. She completely burst towards the book, reaching out and tracking it with the tip of her index finger. She softly brushed mine in the progress, going right after the surface of our fingers meet one another.
Sorry.
You don't have to apologize. She looks up towards me and our eyes meet. Here amber, here her amber iris shimmer in the morning light, which are to soon divert back towards the book within my hand.
Can I?
Of course, it's a present. You can keep it. Carrie fingers Carrie tense her finger around the book, once again brushing her smooth skin against mine. This time she doesn't apologize. However, she can't help but blush one more as her cheeks bloom like a rose in
How did you
spring.
know I liked this offer?
Well, there wrote the book you gave me before. It was quite worn, so I assumed you read it multiple times. Anyway, let's get going. We won't want to miss the
You're
train.
right.
Carrie and I walked towards the train station, side by side in a way. She's acting as my guide as I still don't know my way around. I can't help but take a few glances at her whenever possible. She herself does the same, turning toward me from time to time. The trip into the city wasn't long, but it sure was enjoyable. Carrie and I didn't converse much, but it wasn't as if either of us was uninterested in the after. An enjoyable silence. Carrie takes me through the city, trying to stay as close to me as she can, despite her taking the lead. It's confusing, sure, but I won't be one to argue
We're
against it.
almost there.
She continues to wade me through the urban sprawl as we make our way towards the library she had planned on visiting. The way she walks is quite cute in its own way, as she takes small dainty strides making wings footsteps which drop quietly against the pavement. Finally she stops and turns towards me, almost making me bump into her.
Sorry.
She looks visibly upset about the ordeal, so I calm her down as always. I'm alright, it's alright, Carrie.
Okay. Anyway, we're here now.
I look to my left to see a mother building with singer distinct it as the town's public library. The exterior is fairly clean, so the place is newly
I
built.
preferred the old one. The stonework was pretty. Though, this one is good too.
Carrie gives me her truth of the building, confirming my supposition on the date of construction. It's not surprise, Orban. Areas are always changing. Shall we go inside?
Sure. You should have brought your uniform. They give discounts to students.
So that's why she's running. Centrally, it'd be simple for her to say she is a student anyway.
You should have.
Truth pretends to be a regular high shower and the Japanese curriculum works too. Even Truth she looks far from it. It was planning but buying any book anyway. Even if I wanted one, I'd take it found unless anyway. As a pair we make our way inside the building. We are treated to the warmth of the hidden, alongside the traditional smells of books you'd expect in
I
a
just want to look
library.
around. I probably won't get anything. I have the one you gave me after all.
Kirby's cheeks glow a bright shade of crimson as she states the fact to me. Maybe the actual fact of the matter is that she wasn't just planning on going to the library and she just wanted to invite me out. Well, it's a possibility. I want to do more with her, but just coming here is enough. Seeing her cute demeanor on the weekend is a tourist in and of in itself. The two of us uh, stroll through stroll deliberately together, with Kirby taking me between the bookshelves as a scan or for anything that mightn't pique her interest. I can't help but watch her eyes dart from shelf to shelf as she looks keenly at the covers on each book. She finally reached out towards something and grateful grabs the book within her lips. Found something?
It's a book about gardening. I like flowers, so I thought it would become another hobby.
How many hobbies does this
We
girl
can get
have?
going now if you'd like. I can't find any books that would top the one you gave me.
Carrie, pardon, Carrie shoots me a smile, one which pierces my heart. She guides me towards a check in which she sweeps the book and places it within a bag. It's strange to think that even libraries have self-service nowadays. The world sure is
Shall we
changing.
go then?
Yes, let's. Side by side, Carrie and I walk out of the library, both the books in her bag cause it to say sway as she takes step after step. We come to find ourselves outside of the library since neither one of us had really planned on doing anything afterwards.
My horoscope said today would be a good day.
Your horoscope? For some reason Carrie brings up her horoscope. Not that I mind, but it's a pretty abstract topic to bring up out of the blue. Well, was it?
It was!
Carrie eagerly explains the fact, causing herself to blush. Alongside her, I also go red. I would never have thought that I could have brought so much satisfaction to someone. When is your birthday anyway, Carrie? I asked her simply because I wanted to know more about her. If I don't know her birthday, how I supposed to give her a
My
present?
birthday? September 3rd. I'm a Virgo.
Chicos, los que se van a volver fans de este juego, por favor anoten ese pinche día. Quiero verlo en sus calendarios. So her birthday wasn't even that long ago. Happy belated birthday?
Thank you. When's yours?
She wants to know my birthday as well. I may as well tell her. Tell Carrie your birthday, number of month. My birthday is on the May 16. No, 17,
Oh,
perdón.
I'll add it to the calendar on my phone.
Speaking of phones, I really need to contact Peter of Carrie. Well, I just want a photo of her, but still. Carrie, can I take a photo of you for your contact picture?
What?
Carrie looks shocked at my stance and moves herself back slightly, but it doesn't stop me from rigging my phone up and taking the shot. Her expression in the photo isn't a happy one, but she still looks pretty cute. I'll keep it.
I don't like having my photo taken.
Come on, you look good in it. Turning my phone screen to face Carrie, I show her the photo. She still doesn't look particularly happy about it, but I don't think she's angry.
Alright. I'll let you keep it. But only because it's you.
Oh, her stance takes me aback. Carrie herself seems very composed about it, albeit blushing slightly. Anyways, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Anything else? I'm not sure. Have you got any ideas?
Well, I asked her since I could really come up with anything myself. So with a bit truth it shouldn't be that hard to find something to do. How about we have a look around town for a bit? I won't want to go home early. Carrie nods her head in agreement, making her red then her cheeks more
Me neither.
noticeable. Me neither. Ok, no sé ni qué significa eso, pero lo voy a buscar luego. We walk together, heading away from the library without a sense of direction. Well, end up somewhere both of of youths want to spend more time with their older. Carrie's braids rest over her shoulder, brushing against them. Her body has richer lubricity, strange gleam in the sunlight. It is a nice sight, but I do wonder what she would look like with her hair down. Time flows forward as Carrie and I wander around town together at a temper pace. We look with the windows of stores and occasionally make comment on what we see. Carrie slows to a halt as well strolled by another store. This is the first store that has gotten her this mystery, so I turned to face the store as well. Music store? Carrie stirs of the pollen, and I enter by its aura. By the looks of it, it's been her quiet and wild. It has a traditional zinc and sprinkling glass which has worn over the years. Beyond the glass turns in the tide, I can only assume it Carrie is fascinated by. She takes a step toward the window, closing herself in on it. Her palms meet the glass as she touches the window, almost in a wave. Behind it steals a large, gold-trimmed heart. The polish on the wood mirror Carrie entailed face as it stands before us grandiosely, staring back at her. You can play the harp, can you? Carrie moves face anyway from the glass, turning to face me, whichly still maintaining her unbeat expression, one of pure happiness.
You remember, but I wasn't looking at the harp.
You weren't?
No, that gramophone on the level below it. I've never seen one before.
To think she wasn't this enthralled by a piece of outdated technology when there is the best looking harp even ever seen still right before her. I'm not going to blame her for it.
The harp I own, it's much grander than that one.
How rich is this girl? Sure, you need money to get into our school, but a harp like that's bound to cost thousands. Carrie and I turn around, with her slimly satisfied with the amount of gramophone explosion she has received. A brief glance at my watch tells me it's getting pretty late. Despite wanting to stay with Harry for longer, I won't want to worry my parents either. If my dad called me, he must ask to speak to her if he can tell she's there. Carrie, it's getting pretty late. Shall we head home?
Okay.
With that, the two of us walked together towards the same station we arrived at.
Okay.
Carrie seems as happy as I am about this trip, with her lips still curling softly into a smile as the sun shines upon her. Y bueno chicos, por fin se hizo la hora. Ahí está. Llevamos de juego nosotros 1 hora con 47. Así que ya guardé el juego. Nada más que jugó la partida. Así que por ahora solo me toca despedirme. Bueno chicos, La verdad, me encanta bastante este juego y sobre todo miren los ojos que tiene Carrie en la ilustración de la portada del juego. Estos ojos me encantan, la verdad. Toque moradito, luego se pasa a cafecito, pasa un poco a marrón, de ahí luego pasa a amarillito. Esos toques me encantan bastante. Pero bueno chicos, basta de tantos detalles de los que me gustan. Ahorita estoy muriéndome de sueño, tengo bastante sueño la verdad, son casi la 1:20, así que bueno, como quiera me voy a dormir un poco tarde todavía, me voy a desvelar un poco. Así que chicos, espero que les haya gustado, encantado y entintado la cara de una cita con Carrie. La verdad chicos, no creí que me fuera a pasar lo mismo que en Doki Doki, de no sentirme tan mal, sino de sentir casi lo mismo por las chicas del club que por Carrie. Ya luego les cuento esa historia, como tal les debo muchas cosas todavía, pero todo a su debido tiempo y todo a mi debido tiempo porque también yo quiero tener más tiempo para poder grabar. Pero bueno chicos, ya saben, este viernes se subirá este video, o más bien se está subiendo este video el viernes, pero yo no les voy a decirles que se subirá. Así que por favor disfruten, aunque esto, más que disfruten, espero que hayan disfrutado de ver este video de al menos 1 hora, que tengan su tiempo de ver 1 hora de video. Pero bueno chicos, eso será todo. Realmente me gusta mucho subir este video, este juego, y ya saben, vamos a darle una tancada como el Doki Doki, así que chicos, no tengo nada más que decir, más que nos veremos hasta el próximo viernes. Así que nos vemos hasta la próxima. Chao.